Is up, you clowns? Welcome to a brand new segment on the This Is All That Matters podcast. It's called Story Time. Please welcome, for the first time, a former peg leg tight end, a mediocre at best Madden player, and a bronze level Yahoo fantasy manager, the real Kingfish. What's up, man?
Oh, thank you for having me. You summed up my football career, both on and off the field, very succinctly. I appreciate that.
Yo, you're welcome. I remember I remember a time, I think it was during our first season. I got a text from you, and I think maybe it was to me and Mikey, and it was, "I'm ready to be on the pod." And I've bookmarked that in my brain because, we must have achieved a quality high enough for you to feel like your presence was needed. So
I think that's fair. I'll be honest, I haven't asked. The quality has been very strong. I
really,
and I've been
okay,
very excited about this. I'm more nervous about this than, every now and then I like speak at a conference and there's 500 people there.
sure.
But I was thinking about this last night and this morning. I'm excited.
I have to say I'm excited as well. It is refreshing to deal with somebody that you can actually schedule a time
Yes.
with, and they will stick to
I
it.
I've eaten, I'm not going to take you through everything I've eaten today like Mikey would, but suffice it to say, I've eaten closer to this podcast than Mikey ever has. I ate minutes ago and I
Congratulations
overate.
on that. Shout out to lunch, my favorite meal of the day. Um,
Underrated
okay,
meal.
so the premise of this segment is, it's one of my favorite things about hanging out with you. Is very often we'll get a story. Um,
Yeah.
and I thought it would be great to start to
You
record these, put
you
these
asked me
on.
about a story that I don't know if I'm ready to tell yet. About Brian Flores. It's not really my story, it's Brian Flores' story, and he's sort of litigious. So I'm just thinking about the best way to do that. Maybe we'll save that for when we have a bit more of a rhythm.
Okay.
I also want to say I don't want to relitigate any of the terrible things you guys have said about me, but I think if you made an infograph or one of those like things that shows how much you talk about people, I think I'm at the top.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
I,
I
I
don't
would
think
say, I think the reason that is because you're so prominent in the chat, man. You have a lot
I
of
think that's
opinions.
fair. I also tell my children it's good to be the butt of a joke sometimes. Like it means people like you and they think you
Yeah,
can take it. Unless you're going to be like the alpha male, that's the second best thing is being the person people make fun of the second most.
for sure. It's definitely better than being forgotten. That is for
Exactly.
sure.
That's exactly
That is
right.
for certain.
So as far
Yeah.
as stories, there's one that I have. It's really a classic. It goes back a long way. Probably everyone has heard it, um, one way or another, but it's got former members of the league, current members of the league,
Mm.
changes in technology, violence. I mean, I think,
I'm
a good,
excited. I
yeah, I
can't
think it's a
wait.
good one. So I really would like to tell what I think is the real story of the time I fought Matt Lazarus, and all of the fallout of that. So
Okay.
it starts, Matt Lazarus was my friend, and that's part of what makes this all very confusing. But, but, adolescent boys are,
Neither
are
here nor there. Yeah, they're
or
all
have
good.
problems and hormones and all those things. So Matt Lazarus, Jed Friedman, and I were in a chat room, the three of us, I think on a Thursday evening.
A chat room like an
And
AOL. You're talking
I
like,
think so,
okay,
yes.
right.
And Lazarus and I mean, the internet tears people apart. Like we
Yes.
started to argue, and I don't remember about what. And I told him I was going to kick his ass. Like I was like, I'm going to come to school tomorrow and I'm going to fight you. And that's what I told him I was going to do. And then I think the next thing I did, and this is where the mistake happened, is
Mm.
I think I must have called Sean's house. There was no text messaging.
Oh,
And I told Sean what I was planning.
it's a bad
That was
mistake.
bad mistake. And so I woke up in the morning the next day, Friday, and I was sick, like actually sick.
Oh
And I
no.
told my mom I needed to stay home from school. She was getting ready for the only business trip she's ever gone on in her entire life. And she said I could stay home. So I did. And then at about 8:30, 9 o'clock. The phone rang, my house phone, and it was Sean from school on a payphone saying, "You said you're going to kick Matt Lazarus's ass, and now you're not here at school because you're a pussy. And if you don't do it," I mean, he didn't have to finish the sentence. I knew what would happen to him. I had a very
Sure.
different attitude about being the butt of jokes at that time than I do
Right.
now. So I
Mm.
decided to come to school and fight Matt Lazarus, even though
Thick.
I was homesick. Which is like taking this is like pre a level of premeditation like that will get you like the death penalty instead of just life in prison. Like this is a royally stupid thing to do. So I
Yes.
did it, and I had a
But wait,
plan.
wait, give me some backstory. How many fights had you been in? What's your
Oh, look,
experience level going
at
into
this
this? What are we
point,
gonna do?
I think we need to be. I had punched my brother a lot of times. I
Sure.
punched a guy named Ivan Collini in a classroom in the sixth grade, like in the face. I think that's the only time I
Ooh,
really
in the
like
face.
in the face. But think about how soft the punch was that the teacher never knew. Like think about what that means, right? Like Ivan didn't
Yeah,
nothing happened. The chairs didn't
sure.
move. So the answer is no real experience. And
Okay.
this is really like I mean, this is going to be very familiar to anyone who's seen me get in a fight the way this sort of happened. So I had a plan that I probably shared. I may have even told Lazarus. So by this point, everyone knows I'm coming, and it's like fourth period, fifth period. We're out on Chambers Street. Lazarus comes
Chambers.
out. I think he knows I'm coming. I'm not sure. And I have a plan, which is to slap him, like, like to try and make a bitch
Open
out
hand. Open
with an
hand
open
slap.
hand.
Right.
Yeah. What I realize in hindsight is that that's not an that's not a whole plan for a fight. That's
Mm-mm.
no. So I slapped Lazarus like pretty hard. Nothing really happened. Like, I mean, he was like, "What the fuck?" Lazarus is like actually bigger than me. Like, he's certainly heavier than I am.
He was wide. I remember him as
He's a
sort of a
big
barrel
guy.
shaped fella.
Exactly.
Yeah. Hmm.
And he sort of took it and we got all tangled up. And this is the way almost every fight I've been in ended is like I started grabbing his clothes. They sort of like pulled away from him and I ended up on the ground.
Sure.
And then we go to Stuyvesant. That's sort of the end of the fight. And then I like that was the end. Um, went to Portobello's Pizza, like drank some sodas, recapped, tried to make the argument that I won the fight. I mean, this fight like didn't have a winner or a loser. I
Was
did
Lazarus
not
at the argument for who won the fight?
I don't think anyone had the heart to tell me
Okay.
that the whole thing was just an embarrassment.
It was it.
Like just there were no winners. I think if you're the aggressor and it's anything resembling a draw, you lost, right?
100%. A hundred
So
percent.
in hindsight, I think I'm ready to admit that if you send that one to the knockdown was not a knockdown, a technical knockdown or whatever, but I think you
Sure.
got to give Lazarus acquitted himself. Although, hang on, there are details. There are
Okay.
a lot happened after this. Um, Ademola, some of you might know,
Mhm.
told me that after we dispersed, Eric Sermon drove up in his car, like underrated,
Oh,
probably the most
the
underrated
rapper.
rap producer of all time. Asked what happened. I'm sure Ademola said something to the effect of like white people doing white
White
people
people
shit. Like,
slapping each other.
yeah, white people were slapping each other, which was a fair characterization. I didn't leave. I didn't leave school. I stood around outside and I turned my head and Mr. Barth, who actually in hindsight was the victim of a slap himself, that I wasn't party to, but that's a story Sean can probably tell. Sean didn't slap him. Um, but anyway, Mr. Barth like literally just came outside and made me go inside. He got Matt Lazarus. We made up. Everything was fine. I went home. When I went home, because I'm a fucking criminal mastermind, and my mom was away on the only business trip she ever went on, I deleted the voicemail that Mr. Barth left on the house phone. So I'm fucking free. I'm good. Like
You're good
everything
to
is
go.
fucking great. Now I'm still sick,
Right.
and I don't know. I don't remember. I went to bed. I woke up, and my dad says, uh, "Who is Matt Lazarus, and why did his mom just call our house and tell me that you got in a fist fight with him at school today, and she hopes we can all get together and like hash this thing out?"
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. Now, Nancy maybe was her name. she was also one of the ringleaders, as I understand it, of like this early helicopter parenting attempt to like instill uniform curfews and like parent communities
Sure.
among our Upper West
Uniform
Side friends.
curfews.
Yes, I
What?
believe so. I was not part of that. But I think like like Bernstein and Mikey and Ben, like this woman tried to like align all the parents.
Oh my God.
Yeah, could you believe that?
I
That didn't
can't
work.
believe that.
And also like Lazarus, no offense to him, I like him. Like he really wasn't like this was a really good kid. He's a research doctor now.
Oh, I
Yeah,
had no idea
so
what he had turned into. Good for him.
yeah, I
He
know, good
married
for him. Good
children, I'm
guy.
sure.
He drove me home from a wedding not that long ago.
Oh,
Well,
no
like
fighting in the car on the way
no,
home.
we
All
no,
good.
we me and him were good. This was something that didn't need to happen. It happened because of Sean, mostly. Um,
People call
and
me
and
an
you know, I
instigator.
love Sean. I love Sean, but you know, we should talk about the fact that Sean always instigating fights. I don't know how many fights Sean's been in.
Mm,
I
probably
guess
not that many,
we can this is great because he can't like make his
isn't
noises
it?
and make me
Can't
stop
do anything.
talking.
Can't do
He
anything.
fought the kid. We always talk about being sort of developmentally disabled out behind Stuyvesant.
Hold
Um,
on.
I don't think the kid was, but it's colorable. Me and him got beat up by the guy in Montreal, the one guy in Montreal, pretty bad. I don't know if
Oh,
that counts.
that for a
Uh,
later bookmark that story.
Yeah, yeah. That one I have a picture that I can share. Uh, if you ever look, I'll just tease that one. We made Sean Donovan like worried and sad for our safety. Think about what that took.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
Sean
a lot.
Donovan.
That's a known doesn't care character in our lives. But anyway, Sean always around people embarrassing themselves, but never really taking that next step himself. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that energy is evident at all times.
But how
Um,
does I don't want to go too deep into Sean because I don't know upset him, but how does he exert this control over us?
it's his you know what it is? I think it's his comfort in confrontation.
He's
He's
comfortable,
comfortable.
yes,
He's
and
comfortable
withholding
confronting
approval,
you.
and withholding
Yes.
approval like a father, like this is like
Sure.
he's tapping into yes, he's
Most
tapping into
fatherly of the
yeah,
people that we know. I for sure am the opposite. I avoid confrontation at all cost. At all costs. He will sit in that. I can feel him staring at me now as we sit here.
I
I can
agree.
feel
I'm
it.
worried. I'm like terrified. So that's my story. I hope that was a good story. It touches a lot. None of that is possible now. Like I think for young people now, this would all happen like in a group chat and like with memes, which
Sure.
is sad. Um,
I think it
you
had
know,
a lot of elements to it. I love the early helicopter parenting element. What I'd
yeah,
like to ask as a follow-up is,
yeah.
how mad were your parents at you for
You know
deleting
what's
the voicemail? What
you know
happened
what
with that?
you know what's weird is I don't remember there being like any other consequences. Like I have no recollection of that. And it wasn't the first time my dad had to wake me up out of bed and like accuse me of something um, that was
What a
true.
horrible time to accuse somebody of something right when they get up. That is such a like an
Yeah.
angry dad thing to do. I see.
Yes.
So as a parent, I would be most disappointed in the deleting of the voicemail.
Yeah.
That would
Totally.
be the thing that I
Yes.
would latch
Yes.
onto
I
in this
agree.
scenario.
That was really bad.
That's like some wild shit that is not cool.
Like very
As far as
Ferris
I'm concerned.
Bueller-y, but like with none
Yeah.
of the humor, I would say.
None,
Did you already record the podcast with Mikey? Is there anything I need to?
no,
Yeah.
I think you're good. I don't
Okay.
I think you should just take this moment to boast about how good your fantasy team is
I
that you
want to be
like. I don't know.
careful not to say anything that will jinx things
Oh,
or anything like that.
superstitious one.
Yeah, I am
Yeah.
superstitious. I just feel like I need to say that the first week, Mikey, quote, said, Fish's team is good, except if you look at it, you wonder where was he during the first round of the draft or something to that effect.
Oh,
Like I literally have no like
dang.
good, like top level talent.
Hmm.
Um,
Turns out
he's not totally.
that's not so correct.
I felt it hurt because it felt very true, and to some degree, it still is. I mean, I think Kyler Murray is, you know,
He's meh. This is exactly
You
what we
show
thought he
him,
was. Yeah,
it's
it's very
brutal.
good. It's like the best QB2 in the universe. I
I
don't know what to say
guess.
about it in our league.
I
It's
don't even
like
know.
the
And then the
best
other thing
ever.
is, last week I just wanted to mention that the score. I've told you the only thing I care about is Caleb Williams and Jaden Daniels. I've said that to you. This is the second
Mm.
year. Last week it was Caleb Williams 32, Jaden Daniels 0.
Zero.
Yeah,
Absolutely
zero.
nothing.
Yeah.
But if you want to do Jaden Daniels slash Marcus Mariota, which I will
Fair.
be doing obviously for the rest of my career, uh, he scored 20 points. So we're good
No,
with that.
I think
I'm
it's
happy
fair.
with it.
And I don't think anything that happens against the Cowboys should count because Russell Wilson is everything we
Well,
need.
that appears to be what's going on. That the
Yeah.
Cowboys are very easy to throw on, is what it looks like.
Yes.
Seems like
Yeah.
Micah Parsons is making up for quite a bit over there,
You know he
as it
plays
turns
Dallas
out.
next week.
Ooh, it's very exciting. He's going to tear
Yes.
your boys up.
Yeah.
Shout out to
Should
him. Shout out to you. Very excited for story time segments in the
I think
future.
we touched on a lot I'd like to share that doesn't risk the. Oh, and we should say just allegedly.
Mm.
Memory is a very tricky thing. Just everything I said, I tell my wife, do not let the facts stand in the way of a good story. Uh, just allegedly, maybe it
Right.
wasn't even Matt Lazarus. I don't know, but he didn't do anything that he says he didn't do. If anybody asks
Shout
him,
out to Matt Lazarus, not a former member of the league, but
no,
holds a
we've got.
place.
I'd like to know how many people in the league were present for any of this, and maybe we can talk about that next time we get together.
I'd like to see that. I'd
Yeah.
like to see that.
All right. Well,
Well,
thank you,
Real
Al.
Kingfish, thank you. This
Yeah,
was
I
wonderful.
hope this is what you were hoping for.
I can't wait. I can't wait for the evolution of the Real Kingfish
Yeah, it'll get
and
done.
our story time.
You
We're
have my
looking
word.
forward to it. All right, my brother.
All right, pal. So long.